These Muslim majority countries are not only not recognized internationally, they have also been subjected to years of conflict and alienation due to their status. Watch the video until the end. Some countries may surprise you. Number one on this list is Palestine. Palestine, as you may know, used to be one of the territories under the rule of the Great Ottoman Empire, which had its capital in Istanbul before its defeat and subsequent dissolution at the beginning of the 20th century. After the defeat of the Ottoman Empire in World War I, some of the territories were placed under the United Kingdom to administer. All the territories would rather become independent countries, all except Palestine, which the United Kingdom chose to hold on to for a plan that would later rear its head. It was later revealed that the United Kingdom was perfecting plans to resettle the Jewish people who were facing persecution across Europe in a territory created for them in Palestine. This plan quickly backfired, and the UK government tried to backtrack, but it was too late. The 1967 Arab-Israeli War saw Israel claim more territory than was originally planned for them, culminating to about 77% of the original Palestinian territory. While Israel quickly gained the recognition and support of Western countries, while the original settlers of the territory they occupy, the Palestinian people were left without hope of a defined future. In 1974, after the 1973 hostilities, the United Nations granted the Palestine Liberatory Organization, PLO, an observer status in the United Nations General Assembly as against the full membership status it granted to Israel almost immediately it declared independence in 1948.
Jerusalem was to be placed under UN administration. However, Israel declared independence in 1948 and captured much more of Palestine than the partition plan allocated, except for the West Bank, including East Jerusalem, held by Jordan, and the Gaza Strip, held by Egypt. More than half of the Palestinians were expelled from or fled their homes and ended up in refugee camps in the West Bank, Gaza, and neighboring countries.
Since the occupation began, it's been a roller coaster of trials and tribulations for the Palestinian people. Although Palestine is recognized by 139 of the 193 member states, the Vatican, and Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, and became a non-member observer in the United Nations General Assembly in 2012. It is, however, not recognized by a majority of the powerhouses including China, France, the Russian Federation, the United Kingdom, and the United States.
And that is why, until justice and international law prevail and Israel ends its occupation, we will continue to see the Palestinians struggle for their rights.
Kosovo. Kosovo is another country that used to be part of the Ottoman Empire. Kosovo has a very complex history that dates back to the 1st century. Over the centuries, the territory has fallen under several empires, including the Roman Empire, and subsequently the Byzantine Empire, the Bulgarian Empire, the Serbian Empire, and lastly, the Ottoman Empire. However, one thing remained obvious. Kosovars are a distinct people, and they always manage to stand out during their participation in the different empires. Kosovo played a central role in the Balkan War that saw the defeat of the Ottoman Empire. After the Balkan Wars, Kosovo became a part of Serbia and Montenegro, which in turn formed part of Yugoslavia. Kosovo experienced occasional conflicts throughout the 20th century due to the heightened tension between the Serbian and Albanian communities. The conflict broke out to a full-blown war that was fought for a year between 1998 to 1999. The war ended after the U.S. and some Western allies started a bombing campaign over Serbia to stop the genocide it was committing in Kosovo. After the war in 1999, the United Nations Security Council set up the United Nations Interim Administration Mission in Kosovo to administer the territory, and in February 2008, Kosovo declared independence from Serbia. This was rejected by Serbia immediately, who still maintained that Kosovo still remains part of their sovereign territory. Kosovo is recognized by a mere 102 of the 193 member states of the United Nations, Taiwan, the Cook Islands, and Niue. Strangely, 12 states that previously recognized Kosovo's sovereignty later withdrew, same due to an apparent strong arming by the Serbian Foreign Office. The nations that took this action are Burundi, Papua New Guinea, Lesotho, Comoros, Dominica, Solomon Islands, Madagascar, Togo, Central African Republic, Ghana, Nauru, and Sierra Leone. The Serbian government employed different threat tactics, including the withdrawal of diplomatic relationship with these nations to get them to stop recognizing Kosovo's sovereignty. Kosovo is not a member of the United Nations General Assembly, but has membership in some of the UN specialized agencies. Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic. The Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, otherwise known as Sahrawi Republic or Western Sahara, was a territory under the administration of the Spanish authority until Morocco forced it to withdraw from the territory in 1975. The withdrawal of the Spanish forces and the leadership vacuum it created gave the indigenous nationalist liberation movement, the Polisario Front, the opening they needed to declare independence as the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic in 1976. Morocco objected and took majority of the territorial lands, forcing the base of the self-administering government of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic to the brinks and the leadership to exile in Algeria. The United Nations supports the right of self-determination of the Sahrawi Republic and recognizes the Polisario Front as the legitimate representative of its people. The Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic is recognized by 46 UN member states. Another 38 who initially recognized the republic later withdrew it, pending the outcome of referendum of self-determination. Northern Cyprus. The Unified Republic of Cyprus gained independence from Britain in 1960 after the two factions, consisting of Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots, both shelved their plans to seek absorption into their respective parent states. Cracks began to appear in the union within 3 years, as the Greek Cypriot president Makarios began to deviate from the original agreement that bound them together. President Makarios took it even further to propose and implemented 13 amendments to the court agreement in defiance to the ruling of the Cypriot Supreme Court. The decision led to the resignation of the chief judge of the court and subsequent collapse of the court. Makarios formed another apex court by merging the High Court with the newly formed Supreme Court. He consolidated his cabinet with Greek Cypriots and forced the Turkish Cypriots out. In 1974, Greek Cypriot military, with the support of the Greek army and the Cypriot National Guard, staged a coup d'etat that ousted Makarios. This move prompted Turkey to invade Cyprus to protect the Turkish population there. The following year, the autonomous Turkish Cypriot administration was declared as the governing body of the newly independent Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. A civil war ensued after Northern Cyprus declared itself a federating state of Turkish Cyprus, a move that was rejected by the Republic of Cyprus and the United Nations. This didn't Northern Cyprus from unilaterally declaring independence in 1983, as resolutions could not be made to the conflict that affected both sides. Turkey is the only international state that recognizes the independence of Northern Cyprus. Pakistan, and Bangladesh, that initially recognized the republic, were pressured by the United States and the UN to drop the recognition, declaring the independence as illegal. The European Union, the United Nations, and other members of the international community have since chosen to ignore the independence of Northern Cyprus. Rather, they see the territory as a Cypriot territory under Turkish occupation, ignoring the right of the people to self-determination. Somaliland. On June 26, June 1960, the British Protectorate of Somaliland gained full independence from the United Kingdom to form Somaliland. However, Somaliland as a state was short-lived, as it paired with Somalia to form Somali Republic. The excitement that led to the union became short-lived on both sides, when difference of ideas and implementation started as early as 1961, and watered down any genuine intention at a peaceful coexistence initially planned. Somali National Movement, SNM, unilaterally declared the territory of Somaliland independent after years of conflict and civil war. The old borders were reinstated, and the territory has been governed by democratically elected governments since 1991. However, no member of the United Nations General Assembly recognizes the state. As a matter of fact, only the Republic of China, Taiwan itself, an unrecognized state, recognizes and maintains unofficial diplomatic relationship with Somaliland. The government of Somaliland continues to push for recognition from the international community as it exercises its right to self-determination and governance.